After having rest and being restored into Shanbe, the group continues their tour heading to the south to Gorno-Badakhshan Autonomous Region. That is where Pamir starts. Special passes are required to enter this territory, which were obtained in advance. These requirements are due to the fact that the territory of Pamirs and Gorno-Badakhshan is a specially protected section of the state border of Tajikistan. If you take a close look at the map, you will see that boundaries of such countries as China, Afghanistan, Pakistan and India are being tied up together at this point. The culmination of this day is reached as we take the road that runs along the border with Afghanistan. It is also an amazing opportunity to observe life in small villages which are located just 50 meters away from you, beyond Tien-Shan River.
I would love to ride on the opposite side, on the small gravel road. That would be nice.
The group stops for a night in a cozy guest house of a small Pamiran village of Kyrgyzstan. Roma, the guest house owner, is always glad to welcome new guests, especially bikers.
That was just an amazing little hostel to stay at. It was such a beautiful setting, right on a river. If we had a place like at home in Australia, I'd be taking my wife there for a weekend. It was just so beautiful.
From Kyrgyzstan and along the entire border with Afghanistan is the place where native Pamir people live. The Pamiris are a very ancient and mysterious nation, since so far there is no definite answer on how they appeared here and where they've come from.
Now we are Kalefu. Today we go to the Narog town. Total distance 240 kilometers.
After Kyrgyzstan, we drive up to the famous Pamir Highway, which is still going along Afghanistan. This part of Kyrgyzstan-Korok Road is one of the most exhausting. Not only due to the fact that the pavement is in terrible condition, but also because the road is laid along the winding Tien-Shan River with very sharp turns and steep cliffs. This makes it impossible to speed the bike. Just imagine that 240 kilometers of journey take from 8 to 10 hours. By car, it takes even more. There are many Pamir villages on this route, where people are very friendly and children, as always, want to touch you. The Afghan side is also very visible, and you can watch how people live there. If you compare the level of life on both sides of the river, it is obvious that Afghan villages look much poorer than Pamiris. There is no electricity and no roads. If you take a look at Afghan mountains, you will see steep stone slopes high in the mountains where small fertile land plots are sown with wheat. Looking at this, one can imagine how hard it is for Afghans to take care of these small gardens, which are so hard to be reached even by quite a trained person.
The other side of the river was Afghanistan, and it's a place that is certainly a closed-up place these days where most people would not want to go because it still has its own danger. But if you look at the people who are living in Afghanistan, because we can see their homes and their gardens and everything, and obviously those people are proud people, so they're not all troubled people. Many of them, I'm sure, are living a very peaceful life with their Tajik neighbours across the water.
Tajiks ended up to be more lucky. Schools, hospitals, factories and roads, including Pamir highway, were built here thanks to Russian expansion of the 19th century and the Soviet Union in the 20th century. Even now, the Pamiris recall those times as one of the best periods.
The road itself, as I said, varied surface, much of it very broken up. But a challenge to ride, no doubt, and it's great that everybody was able to ride the road safely thus far.
We reached the city of Horok by the evening. Horok is the administrative center of Gorno-Badakhshan Autonomous Region. In short, it is the capital of Pamirs. Horok is also main tourist center and a starting point for tourists to go sightseeing around Pamirs. Despite it was a long day, all the group members were in a good mood, and that is the most important thing on the tour.
Tonight here in Kurog, we've been really entertained by a family celebration in the restaurant we have, and we had for dinner tonight. Lots of wonderful music, local dancing, great to watch. So I guess we get to see a fair bit of the culture.